What's mad, guys, is 59% of people in the UK drink alcohol. But last year, that number was at 64%. And in 2022, the number was at 89% of people drinking alcohol. So people drinking alcohol has actually gone down. Since the whole COVID thing, it's been going down. Like, it's not been going up. And I've spoken about alcohol before on this channel. But, statistically, that's kind of crazy. Like, I remember when I was a kid, we was drinking Smirnoff and vodka and getting like completely wasted. Like I'm talking completely mashed. And obviously it's like a European joke that like Europeans stop drinking at 21 and Americans start drinking at 21. And the whole culture is different. Like in Europe, you drink with meals. Like you drink, there's always wine. There's even wine at Eiffel Tower. You can drink pretty much everywhere in London. Like you can go central and get drunk. And, there's pubs everywhere. So we're very, very in the drinking culture. You know what I mean? And I think in America, it might be a bit different, obviously with liquor shops being a bit more harder to access and all these things. In the UK, like you can usually go to like a Polish corner shop and buy whatever drink you want, you know what I mean? And hey, shout out to anyone Polish watching this video, but like for real, like they do not care. Like you can go to Indian boss man in the shop and literally just get completely blasted, get like 50 bottles of VK, Smirnoff, and to be fair, you can even get sours and shots, and it's pretty much a very sort of shots drinking kind of culture, or going to the pub and having a drink, you know what I mean, with the fish and chips. It's kind of like a thing. So in the UK, like drinking culture has kind of gone downhill, and everyone's smoking now. Like everybody's smoking out, everybody's blazing now, everyone's going to shisha lounge and these kind of things. So I think the whole drinking culture's kind of changed. More people going shisha lounge, more people trying to have a smoke and chill, you know what I mean, and that kind of vibe, which is kind of cool as well. But I just feel like you got to be careful with substances. Like you don't ever want to get too carried away. Like I've done loads of substances. I don't even know if I could talk about it on this channel, but yeah, like I've done everything, you know what I mean? I've done the white, I've done the green, I've done the drinking, I've done it all. And I feel like, you really got to be careful with what you do and what you consume, because, what you put into your body and stuff, like it can have a detriment effect. Like I'm not someone who's saying you should or shouldn't. Like if you want to party and have a great time, that's great. Like I enjoy that. I think people should party and have a good time, but don't get addicted, you know what I mean? Don't make it a lifestyle, don't make it a habit, don't make it an everyday thing. If it's a once in a while thing, that's fine, you know what I mean? It's your birthday, it's Christmas, it's New Year's Eve, that's fine. But all the time, like I'll put my other video on drinking, I'll have another video on drinking on this channel, like literally I do. But my point, I'll put it in the description, but my point is like, you got to be careful with these kind of substances. You got to be careful with what you consume and careful with where you're going. And I feel like, there's a whole mindset change. Like everyone's now, doing these other things, and it's like, okay, cool, but it doesn't mean it's better than alcohol. Like, okay, instead of wrecking your liver, we're gonna wreck our lungs. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you got to really be careful. And I just think like drinking's not as cool as it used to be. Like I think drinking really was the thing to do, because everything else was like harder to get. But the world's more accessible now. There's ways on the internet to buy what you want, or there's ways to find out things, and people have more information now. So it's like that's kind of also why the drinking culture's changed. But let me know in your country, like let me know how the drinking culture is. I remember one person put on my nightclub video about Australia and it being like $15 or something for like one shot, and I'm like, that's crazy, bro. Like I don't know what's going on in Australia with that pricing, but my point is, it's just like the whole drinking situation's changed. But let me know in your country, like generally where you are, like what state are you in, where are you at, like what's your drinking culture in your country. But nah, I just know that in the UK, it's become a thing of like everybody's either getting plastered, or you got those super religious people who've never had alcohol. It's always like one or the other. Like I've ever met people who are like at the nightclub drinking every weekend, or I've met people who are like super religious, just talking about Jesus, and like they've never had an alcoholic drink ever. And I'm like, bro, what do you mean you've never had alcohol? That's a bit wild. Like I think that other side of also like never having something is wild, because to me I have a very sort of like I want to try it personality. Like I'll try anything. Like if someone said to me, oh, make a TikTok, okay cool, make a YouTube video, okay cool, like let's do an Instagram photo, okay cool, like let's go here, okay cool. Like I've traveled to Africa, Asia, Europe, South America, Central America, North America. Like I've traveled around, I've done things. So I've had that very sort of personality, like I'll try everything. So I don't know, people who've never tried it, that's also wild. Like let me know if you've never tried it, let me know, because the first time I drank I was like, I can't even remember, I was so young, I was like in the single digits, so that's a bit wild. I don't know how old I was, maybe like 9, 10, but yeah, so I've been drinking, and growing up in the UK, it's very, very normalized, very, very accepted. Like birthdays, parties, Christmas, events, it's always even at work, literally, like we've had to, like I was working at a security company, and it was like our 5-year like anniversary of the company. Like the company had been open for 5 years, and they're like, everybody's going to be drinking tonight, and I was like, oh okay. And it was like Jack Daniels and Coke, so I was like, oh okay cool. But that's my point, is the drinking thing is very big, and the drinking thing is been getting slowly going downhill. So this is what I'm now, like literally now 2025, you look at the percentages and it's going downhill. Like I actually tried to check online on Google, and yeah, the percentage of people drinking is going down. So I think it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. But be careful with what you guys do. Be careful with what you guys consume. And let me know, let me know on this channel if you want to talk more about these kind of topics. But yeah, my name's Krish and I'm out. And I really hope you enjoyed this video.